Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Today I have the first episode in a new series I'm starting called Pets versus No Pets. Now, in case some of you didn't see the community post that I made on my channel, I did make a community post talking about this series where I asked, I'm doing this Pets versus No Pets series, what is fair game for this series and stuff. Because the whole point of this series in my mind is I wanted to showcase some farming strats where I do the strat with full level 6 pay-to-win pets, like full level 6 legendaries, and then I want to showcase the strat in a more equal level to what most people are going to have. I think most people are going to have like level 1 legendary pets and things like that, but obviously I have no way to de-level my pets. So after putting up to a community poll, we did have most people think we should just do purple pets. So we have no legendary pets and anything, and here's the pet setups. So let me just hide my fat ass. Hello. We did cube. So for our mapping setup, we did double cube and shadow the quant pet. For cube itself, we did all 3 cube pets. And then for the visual gameplay, we did the legendary visual pet, the purple visual pet, and the quant pet. And we ran 50 maps, which I'll go in detail talking about all of the maps that we ran in a bit. But TLDR, in 50 maps, we had 3060 FE per hour. I'll say why this number is a bit lower in a second, but I just messed up, that's all. And then for the no pet setup, we ran purple FE, purple cube, and purple quant. For the cube setup, we just ran double cube pet and quant. This pet here is irrelevant, it doesn't really matter, you can just take anything, because it doesn't actually affect the cube, I just put in something random. And then for the visual gameplay, we did purple league mechanic pet, blue league mechanic pet, and then the purple quant pet. I think instead of the blue pet, just running another purple pet would have maybe even better, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. And in our no pet setup, we were averaging 1,800 FE per hour. So this and this. And I think something that is worth talking about, or like discussing, is gonna be RNG. It is gonna be luck. I think in my first 50 map set where I ran with the pets, we did get more lucky. I do think like the league mechanic especially, we had almost no special events in this 50 maps. I think 50 maps is not enough. I do think if you want to get like a real fair comparison, you need to do like 200 maps or so. And my vibe check after doing all of these maps is I think realistically, if we did 200 no pet maps and 200 maps with pets, it probably would have averaged out to around 2.7k, like 2.5k to 2.8k FE per hour is what we would have realistically should have been expecting from our pet setup. And I think our no pets would have probably averaged about 2k FE per hour, like 1.8k to 2k an hour. I do think we were a bit on the low end here. I do think in the pet setup, we were a bit on the high end. So I'm quickly gonna go through the drops and talk about some things we got. So for our pet setup, now we ran 50 maps of each. I will say one thing. This 55 maps, 3 of these maps are me doing the Watcher. Because we're doing 50 maps, it makes sense to me to run the Watcher twice on, 3 times, because you get 3 invites on both. And all of these were done on Profound. So in the 55 map set, I guess, or like 50 map set, we did drop 1,000 FE, 12 Desire Core records, which this is 12 individual Desire Cores that we did drop, because obviously none of these are times 3. And this is a place where I think we got fairly unlucky. Because in the pet setup, we actually had a lot more Desire Core drops. And not just like times 3 Desire Cores, just in general, the cube spat out a lot more Desire Cores. I think we had like 21 individual Desire Core drops, or 20 individual Desire Core drops, so almost double the amount, which with pets, you do get more spins on the cube wheel, but I just genuinely think we just got kind of unlucky. And then other than that, we had a bountiful elite drop, which was quite nice. We had some Divinity Stones, we had some Gold Wicks. We had a God's Deception Nether King like crafting material drop. We actually had no Remnants drop at all from the League Mechanic. The League Mechanic, I think the cube was pretty fair in both of them. The League Mechanic itself completely screwed us over in the no pet setup. We got so unlucky. There's special events that happen in League Mechanic, like the Ghost Bride, the Veteran's Coffin, all those things. In our first 50 maps, I think we had like 12 or 13 different like special events happen. In the next 50, we only had like 2 happen. We got completely shafted, and this is not something that is related to pets at all. There's nothing in the pets, you know, there's nothing in like this Afterlight pet that makes it that you get like more special events. You know, the special events is just there's no way to increase RNG of it. That is just a complete RNG factor where we happen to get screwed over, which is why I think like this would average higher and this would average lower given more map sample size. And then beyond that, I mean, there's nothing too interesting from here on out. We just got some like random stuff. We had a Sacred Fossil drop, which was pretty cool, but nothing too special. Now, if we also then look at the 50 maps we ran with pets, so this is 50 maps with pets, and then the 3 Watcher kills we did. We were averaging 51 efficiency per minute. So this is 51 times 60 is 3060 FE per hour. That's why I said we did 3060 and not the 312 that we listed here. And very similar amounts of FE drops, which does make sense given that we had the FE pet with the no pet setup, whereas here we had no FE pets, but we just had the general quant pets. 42 Desire Cores. Our Desire Cores are completely gapping what we had in the other setup. And I think this is like individually, like over 20 Desire Cores we dropped. Some of them were ×3, but we just got luckier in general. We had 5 the Never King's Divinity, like Remnant. So you might not know what this is. I can just show it to you quickly. It is... where is it? It is these. We had 5 of these drop with the pets. And one of them, I don't know if any of these were ×3 actually. I know 2 of them were guaranteed not ×3 because then there would have been 6. But I don't know if we actually had any ×3s here. We just got kind of unlucky in the other set to not have any drop. Our league mechanic in general just overperformed here, and that's going to be showcased very well. We had way more silver wick drops. We had 5 gold wicks. We actually ×3'd a Divinity Black Blade Runner, which is only 40 FE per, but still pretty cool that happened. We had a Disappearing Shadow card drop, which is a very lucky drop. We had the Bountiful Elite drop in the no pet setup. Here our lucky drop was probably this Disappearing Shadow, which kind of evens out. And then just Resonance. We also had Goddess of Hunting, like Crafting Material drop. We had less Wedges drop, actually. So even though we had more Desire Cores drop, we had less Wedges drop in the 50 map set here. And another weird lucky drop we had was just a random beacon. Just a Deep Space beacon, which is pretty cool. We also had God of Machine. We had way better loot from the League Mechanic. The League Mechanic definitely shafted us. So that was pretty much like the map set. And here are the results. I mean, you can tell me what you think, if you agree or disagree with the map sets. 1,800 FE. I think realistically, if we did 150 more maps, this would be 2k per hour. This was 3k per hour. I think realistically, this is more like 2.7k per hour to 2.5k per hour. I do think we got fairly lucky in this set, but, you know, I'm running 50 maps. Whatever the fuck happens, happens. I'm not the arbiter here. I'm not the deciding factor. I just let the game decide for me. Let me quickly showcase a map for people. And also, let me go over the strat first. Again, if you want to find out my strats, just go quick loot, type in Mia. But yeah, Mia, this is my cube strat. So we went with additional drop quant, void variables, bronze wick, and then purple cube, purple strength in numbers. We spec'd into full cube, every single cube point taken, except obviously the spawn chance. And then the rest of the points just went into drop quant. And then every map that I did, I went Thunder Waste. Thunder Waste is my champion of choice. And I did, you know, 60% drop quant every time. I was going to do 100% drop quant, but Resonance is really expensive this season. I feel like when I get to boss rushing, it's going to be really fucking good, because Resonance is really expensive. Then we go into the map. We always do the link mechanic. Of course, I get no special event. I just do not get special events without pets. It's completely... like, the pets don't actually give you any extra luck or chance. We're just kind of getting screwed over by the game. Oh, my first rainbow. Oh, this would have been awesome in the 50 maps. And it dropped nothing. Unlucky. Oh my god, 50 FE stack. Yeah, this would have been insane in the 50 map set. Holy fuck. This would have been really insane in the 50 map set. And yeah, we get to the end of the map. Generally, we have about 200 Desire Core Crystals. We do definitely have less than what we did with like the double legendary setup, which makes sense. We have one less pet giving us Desire Core Crystals. And that's it. That's just our maps. And we just kept doing that over and over and over again. And I mean, if I were to add this to the 50 map set we just now did, let's see how that would change it. Because this would be... boom, boom. And now we would be at 30.3 FE per minute, which is 30.3 times 60. Would have been 1,818 FE per hour. So this mapping set did take us an hour and 5 minutes. I'm not gonna include all like in between map time because you know I sometimes go AFK and things. I'm a streamer. We went on a big tangent talking about attack builds versus spout builds actually, which is why there's such a big gap here. Because I was like doing all sorts of math things for my chat. And then the first set is the exact same. I mean, an hour for 5 minutes. Basically the exact same amount of time. And here we went AFK to like pee and get food and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you guys are excited for this new series. I mean, I'm very excited to like to make more videos about it and to make more comparisons. I thought I would start off with Cube, just because Cube is like not really a mechanic that people consider like being good without pets, you know? Oh, also, I want to actually go through all of the corners and stuff we dropped. We got this with pets, pretty dog shit. We got this, decent but not worth anything. Decent but not worth anything, pretty dog shit. Pretty dog shit. Pretty dog shit. And pretty dog shit. These are all the... And I think this as well. I'm not even sure what this was from. But yeah, these are all ones that we got with pets. And then without pets, we got this, pretty dog shit. We got this, which is surprisingly... It seems bad to me, but it's saying it's 200 FE. I don't think it's actually going to sell for that much. We got this, which is pretty dog shit. We got this, which is actually decent, but doesn't sell for anything, unfortunately. We got this, which is also pretty decent. And we got this, which was the biggest hit of the night. And this is just really good. So overall, I mean, in terms of slates, the no pet setup completely demolished the pet setup. We got way luckier for slates with the no pets. But all of these numbers on Etor are done without the pets in mind. For obvious reasons, because we wanted a fair comparison. We did not include any slates in these numbers because it doesn't make any sense to include the slates, because the slates are RNG. This is consistent money that you'll always make when you do these strats. And I just wanted to showcase, like, people are kind of full of shit, and if you just play the game, you will make a lot of money. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely time. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and look forward to more episodes. Let me know what other strats you guys want to see me form. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.